Φίλες και φίλοι του Libris, καλώς ήρθατε σε ένα ακόμα επεισόδιο μας. Με νοπές ακόμα τις μνήμες των φαντάστικων, χωρίς να το καταλάβουμε, βρεθήκαμε στο τέλος του Οκτωβρίου και στα πρόθυρα του Νοεμβρίου. Και ο Νοέμβριος, όπως θα θυμάστε πιο παλιοί, να το πω έτσι, όσοι παρακολουθείτε το Libris τα τελευταία χρόνια, είναι ο μήνας που είναι αφιερωμένος στη συγγραφή, είναι ο μήνας που γίνεται και το National Novel Writing Month, το NaNoWriMo, όπως λέμε συχνά. Είναι μια ευκαιρία, είναι ένας μη διαγωνισμός θα έλεγα, είναι ένα προσωπικό στοίχημα που βάζει ο κάθε συγγραφέας με τον εαυτό του, ότι μέσα στο Νοέμβριο θα γράψει ένα διήγημα 50.000, θα ολοκληρώσει ένα διήγημα 50.000 λέξεων. Και για να γίνει πιο εύκολο, γιατί δεν είναι απλή υπόθεση αυτό, για να γίνει πιο εύκολο υπάρχει αυτή η οργάνωση, αυτός ο τρόπος που έρχονται κοντά, να το πω έτσι, συγγραφείς και μπορούν να παίρνουν θάρρος κατά κάποιο τρόπο ένας από τον άλλον, να συμμετέχουν σε διάφορα events, ίσως σε διάφορες συζητήσεις, και έτσι να διευκολύνονται στο να γράφουν, να επιτύχουν το στόχο τους, γιατί στόχος του NaNoWriMo είναι οι συγγραφείς να γράψουν, και αυτό δεν υπάρχει κάποιο άλλο βραβείο, είναι η ικανοποίηση που αντλεί κανείς από το να γράψει το κείμενό του, το διήγημά του, την ιστορία του. Θα θυμάστε πέρυσι, τα είχαμε συζητήσει αυτά αναλυτικά με το Μιχάλη Γιώργο Στάθη και το sff.gr, το οποίο είναι η ελληνική κοινότητα στην οποία οι συγγραφείς και ιδίως οι συγγραφείς που αρέσκονται στην φαντασία σε όλες τις πτυχές μπορούν να βρουν μια ομάδα η οποία θα τους στηρίξει, θα τους βοηθήσει, θα τους κατευθύνει, και φυσικά συμμετέχουν και αυτοί στο αντίστοιχο NaNoWriMo, και είναι μια πολύ καλή σελίδα για τους Έλληνες να μπορούν συγγραφείς να μπορούν να οργανωθούν και να βοηθηθούν, να έχουν την υποστήριξη, την ηθική υποστήριξη για το έργο τους. Φέτος όμως πήγαμε λίγο πιο μακριά. Θυμάστε άλλες χρονιές συνήθως φιλοξενούσαμε κάποιους καλεσμένους. Φέτος η καλεσμένη μας είναι, που θα συμμετέχει στο NaNoWriMo και θα μας μιλήσει για αυτό, έρχεται από πιο μακριά, έρχεται από την Αυστραλία και είχε την καλοσύνη να μας παραχωρήσει τη συνέντευξη που θα ακούσετε. Λέγεται Johoanna Robson και έχει πολλά και ενδιαφέροντα να μας πει. Για να την ακούσουμε. Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Libris. Today we're doing an interview, and we're doing this interview because of NaNoWriMo. Together with us it's Johoanna Robson, who is participating in this year's NaNoWriMo, and she's been kind enough to tell us some things about it. Johoanna, hello and welcome to Libris.
How are you? I'm well.
Thank you, I'm fine. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. I'm Australian, and I'm a writer. I have a website, and people can find that at johoannarobson.net. And I'm passionate about stories and role-playing games, and especially Numenera. That is like my favorite game ever. I have a cat.
Oh.
I am single. I have a cat. I'm a cat mum. I'm single. I don't have any kids. And I live in beautiful Australia.
Which city in Australia?
I'm in a town called Lismore, and it's about 2 hours south of Brisbane, and it's just slightly inland from Byron Bay.
Okay, I see. So that's pretty interesting stuff about you. I suppose you've got plenty of time for writing, huh?
Yes, I do spend a lot of time writing, or with my head in a book.
Oh, that's nice. And forgot to mention to our audience that that's how we actually met, through role-playing games, and I'm I'm also a gamer. Well, I try to.
Yes. it's that community has been fantastic because it's working for me. Playing role-playing games, it has really ignited my creativity again and helped me to start and work on developing story ideas. So being able to connect with other gamers around the world that are passionate about similar games to me is really, really helpful for my creativity.
Oh, that's nice. So, let's go to NaNoWriMo. And NaNoWriMo stands, of course, for National November Writing Month. Is this your first NaNoWriMo?
No, I participated in, I think, 2012. Mm-hmm. And I got my 50,000 words. Nice. So I won. It was absolute rubbish what I wrote. It's my first time doing it. But it did prove to me that I could do it and that I could actually write that many words to a story. So I've tried to participate a couple of times since, but it hasn't either been the right time or I haven't had the right story idea or there's been too much stuff going on in my personal life. So this time I think I've got a couple of really good ideas. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, that's right. So would you care to share with our audience what's really NaNoWriMo about? What makes you want to participate?
For me, it's two things. One is discipline. So it makes me sit down every single day to hit that word count so that I can win. Mm-hmm. I struggle to have a proper writing routine, and so having that structure is really good for me. The other thing is writing is a really lonely occupation, mm-hmm. and it's so nice to know that I'm not the only one sitting down and writing a first draft at this time, and I can go onto their website and go onto the forums and connect with other people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And so there's such a good community that's grown up around NaNoWriMo, and it's it makes it not quite so lonely.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And what is your genre? I mean, what kind of novel will you be going for?
I've been tossing up, actually, and that's the thing that I've been working through today. Mm-hmm. So I've had an idea for a novel set in one of the role-playing game worlds that I play in, but I'm kind of not ready to write that one yet. So I'm going to work on an urban fantasy that I intend to write as serial fiction that I can put up on my blog as an mm-hmm. episode at a time. So I mean, here in Australia we have like serial TV shows like Neighbours, and there's a famous British one called EastEnders. So it's kind of like that it will be like overlapping story arcs, but you won't get the whole arc in one episode. So I want something to put on my blog. So I'm going to hopefully bash out 50,000 words towards that, and then I can spend December editing that and getting it ready to start and put up in January. And then I'll work on the other one later when I feel a little bit more confident.
That's nice. That's nice. So it's I guess it's about the community you've mentioned. It's like support and feeling belonging to a team somehow.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
Nice. So you've already got a plan about what you're going to do with your draft. So you're going to see it published in a way in your site, in your blog.
Yeah, it will be published on my blog. If it turns into something else later on, so like a series of books or something like that, then I'm open to that as well. But at this point, I don't want to put so much pressure on myself that, oh, it must be perfect. And so I don't want that pressure. So I want to do my best work, but I don't want to put too much pressure on myself that I end up breaking the idea, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, so being able to just publish it on my blog, it means that other people can find it and read it, and then if they like it, then they can, subscribe or whatever. And for me, it's a way of getting fiction out there.
Yeah, and getting some feedback, I guess, from fans and readers and friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, let me ask you, any people you actually know, any friends joining in NaNoWriMo?
I have a few Facebook friends that are that will be participating. Some of them already have published novels, so yeah, they'll be participating. I don't actually know anyone in person who is participating, so yeah.
Okay, they have this. I know from other people that are participating in NaNoWriMo that in some big cities at least, they tend to make meetups and stuff like that. Yeah. And
there's nothing like that here.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
If I was living in Sydney or Brisbane, there'd be something. But where I live, it's such a it's a fairly small town. Even though there's a university here and they have a writing course up there, and that I don't know of anybody here in town who is like actively promoting NaNoWriMo or participating or anything like that. So
yeah, so it's a good thing we've got internet.
Oh, I tell you, the internet has saved my life, I swear, quite a few times.
Yeah.
Just being able to have that connection.
Yeah, well, we can't have everything, unfortunately, but yeah. So, I guess that besides writer, you are an avid reader also. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
What's your favorite kind of books or kinds?
I'm pretty open to reading most things. My favorite author is Terry Pratchett.
Oh, I guess.
Hands down, absolute favorite. As far as I'm concerned, he is God. In regards to the literary world. But I love science fiction. I love fantasy, which is why I like Numenera so much.
Yeah.
With that blend. I love steampunk. Oh my gosh.
Steampunk, yeah.
I love steampunk.
Yeah.
I love also murder mysteries that are set in like medieval England.
Yeah,
so
like Roger.
Brother Campbell is the one that's on. But there are some others. I love those. I love the idea of solving a puzzle without using forensics. Like no fingerprinting, no DNA analysis, none of that. Just like almost like Sherlock Holmes, but even before that. So I really love that. What else? Oh my gosh. I just love books. I love Douglas Adams as well. I love his Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
Yeah,
it's so funny and so weird and so unexpected and it's just that humor, taking something serious and turning it into something so hilarious, which is what Sir Terry Pratchett was really good at.
Yeah. I mean, he has. I mean, Terry Pratchett single-handedly has actually defined this genre. I mean, at least that's what I think.
Absolutely. He took some really serious things, like, for example, a shopping center, and turned it into this really hilarious, interesting thing. And I hate shopping centers. But the way that he wrote about it, it made it interesting and fun and gave a different perspective of it.
Yeah,
it's just brilliant.
That's true. So, what would you like to share with any other potential authors that would be interested in participating in NaNoWriMo?
I think that if people want to participate, that they should just give it a go. Having a story idea is a good start.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, just, if you've got that story idea, just, even just go to the website and have a look through the website and read about other people's stories and, what they're doing, and have a look on, they've got really good forums on there, and there's always people there that will answer questions or help you with technical details and things like that. And it's just such a wonderful community to get involved in.
Oh, that's great to hear. And so you absolutely recommend it to any.
Oh, absolutely, it is the best way to get your first draft written, I think. Even if you only do the 50,000 words, I mean, that's much less. Any kind of standard novel is looking at 90,000 words for most genres. But if you get that 50,000 words out in November, then you've got the most of the work done.
Yeah, that's true.
And being able to do it with support is just fantastic.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
Yeah, because it's not an easy thing, and let me say that to our audience, it may seem easy, but it's not easy having 50,000 words in a month. Well, I've written some short stories, so I know how difficult it is to put words on a page.
Yeah, I find it easier to put words on the page. It's just refining them to where I feel comfortable showing it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So the editing part is the hardest for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So, thank you for your interview, for this interview, for Libris. I'm indebted to you. As a parting message, would you like to say something for our Discord community, for the guys there?
Those guys are fantastic. What I would like to say specifically to them is thank you for their acceptance of everyone on that community, because I'm female and I'm older than most of them, but yet I have been accepted to the point where some of the guys will say, "Oh, I missed saying hello to you earlier, so hello now," and and people they're happy to joke around and just treat me like they treat everybody else, and I really appreciate that. And it's such a great community. I'm actually taking a social media break at the moment, and but not from Discord, because I'm in there so much because I just enjoy spending time and chatting and learning and answering questions and stuff like that. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, they're really great. You can feel like belonging there. Yeah, I know what you mean. And that's how we met, actually.
I get up in the morning and over breakfast I sit and I read all the messages and all the conversations that I've missed overnight.
Yeah.
So it's really fantastic. I love belonging to that community.
Me too. So, Joanna, thank you again for this interview. Let me wish you the best of luck with your NaNoWriMo. And dear listeners, I hope that you are at least intrigued by NaNoWriMo. Go look for it, try to discover what it's all about, and who knows, you might be the next NaNoWriMo participant. So, that's all for now. Bye. Ελπίζω να σας άρεσε η συζήτησή μας με τη Johoanna για το NaNoWriMo και φυσικά να μην ξεχάσετε να τσεκάρετε το blog της, το ιστολόγιο της, το The Roaming Bard, για να δείτε τι γράφει, να μπείτε στην ιστοσελίδα του National Novel Writing Month για να διαβάσετε περισσότερα και γιατί όχι, να δηλώσετε και εσείς συμμετοχή και φυσικά μην ξεχάσετε να μπείτε και να γίνετε και μέλη στην κοινότητα την ελληνική στο sff.gr, που σίγουρα θα βρείτε πάρα πολύ υλικό και πάρα πολλούς ανθρώπους που είτε είστε συγγραφείς είτε δεν είστε, θα σας βοηθήσουν να δείτε με άλλο μάτι τη συγγραφή αλλά και τον υπέροχο κόσμο του φανταστικού. Ελπίζω να σας άρεσε και αυτό το επεισόδιο. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για την παρακολούθηση. Καλή συνέχεια και καλά να περάσετε. Γεια σας.